People in Shawnigan Lake say they're prepared to fight dirty if they have to make sure that their community does not become a dumping ground for toxic soil. They are furious about a proposal that would see truckloads of contaminated soil from Greater Victoria dumped next to their watershed. They have convinced the province to give more time for public consultation, but they say it's not enough. They want the project stopped. Erin Glazier reports.
Is anybody in favor of a contaminated waste dump in our watershed?
No!
One more time.
No!
It's loud and it's clear. People in Shawnigan Lake don't want an industrial dump site in their backyard.
We need to be able to say that the local citizens, the people who are actually dealing with the consequences of this, actually get to have a say.
A draft permit has already been issued to South Island Aggregates that would allow it to truck contaminated soil from Victoria to Shawnigan Lake, dumping it near a watershed that provides drinking water to more than 4,000 people. The Cowichan Valley Regional District has already made a formal request to the Premier for a commission of inquiry into the government's permit process.
Why would not anyone in this province ask government why it would be permitting a contaminated waste site in the top end of somebody's community watershed?
South Island Aggregates declined a request for an interview, but the company does acknowledge everything from chlorine to benzene and hydrocarbons could be contained in the soil it wants to dispose of.
So what we're talking about is putting a time bomb in the watershed.
And that has politicians of all stripes banding together to try and stop the plan.
I am pleased that so many people are coming out to see what we can do to stop this potentially poisonous travesty.
South Island Aggregates application calls for up to 5 million tons of contaminated soil to be trucked in and dumped. And while the origin of that material has yet to be revealed, people from Shawnigan Lake say they have a pretty good idea of where they think it will be coming from. Quite possibly a dredging project here at the graving docks close to CFB Esquimalt.
Victoria has lots of contaminated sites, and obviously the development community in Victoria is anxious to develop them. And in doing so, they have to get rid of contaminated soil.
Environment Minister Terry Lake says he is listening, and that's why the draft version of the permit has been extended from 14 days to 21 days. The ministry also wants to reassure the public that all contaminated soils are tested at the site of origin before materials are shipped elsewhere for disposal or treatment. The ministry says it has a legal obligation to consider the application from South Island Aggregates and will not cave to political pressure, a stance that angers environment critic Rob Fleming.
Responsibility to protect drinking water is his primary responsibility in cabinet. That is something that's put in jeopardy by this application.
Collectively, the community says it wants assurance its water supply will be protected before the upcoming election.
We're just really afraid that this will get lost on us.
And before it's too late. Erin Glazier, CTV News, Victoria.